What if I told you that you can change your life, not in years, but in hours? That just one focused hour a day has the power to build the future you dream of. Can you imagine the possibilities? Most people waste their time without even noticing. They give away hours to distractions, to things that lead nowhere. But here's the truth. The key to success isn't luck. It's how you use your time. Will you choose to make your time count? It doesn't take a miracle to change your life. It takes 1 hour. Just 1 hour a day where you decide to build something better, starting right now. So, are you ready to make today the day that changes everything? Your life doesn't improve by chance. It improves by change. And change doesn't happen overnight. It happens 1 hour at a time. You don't need a new year, a new boss, or a stroke of luck to change your life. What you need is a single hour. 1 hour that you protect fiercely. 1 hour that you use with purpose. Here's the thing. Most people don't realize it, but they let that hour slip away every single day. They trade it for distractions, for excuses, for things that don't bring them any closer to the life they want. But here's the secret. Just 1 hour spent wisely can change everything. It can change your confidence, your skills, your income, your future. Now, imagine this. If you could dedicate just 1 hour a day to a focused task, that hour could change your life. And I'm not talking about waiting for the perfect moment or relying on miracles. I'm talking about taking one serious action every day, 1 hour at a time, until you've built the person you want to become. And here's the kicker. It's not the big, dramatic moves that change your life. It's the small, daily actions that do. The ones that add up over time. The ones you can start right now. So, what will you do with your hour today? If you stay with me, you'll discover the power of these small daily steps. And believe me, in a year from now, you'll be so glad you started today. Number 1, use 1 hour a day to work on a skill that will make you more valuable in the marketplace. You don't need to move mountains to start changing your life. You don't need to wait for the right year or some big miracle to happen. What you need is 1 serious hour every day. It's not about working longer hours. It's about making the hours you already have count. You don't get paid for how much time you put in. You get paid for the value you bring. The more value you bring, the more opportunities come your way. And how do you bring more value? By working on yourself. Every single day, 1 hour a day can transform you. You could become a better communicator. You could learn how to solve bigger problems. You could study leadership, sharpen your skills, and understand how money works. You could become someone people want to work with, not someone people just tolerate. But it has to be deliberate, focused. Not a lazy hour, not a distracted hour, but a real hour where you're committed to improving. Think about it. 1 hour a day adds up quickly. 7 hours a week, 30 hours a month, over 300 hours in a year. Imagine what you could become with 300 hours of focused effort. How much better could you get? How much closer could you be to the life you dream about? But most people won't make it count. They'll trade those hours for things that don't matter. TV shows, scrolling through social media, gossip. They'll spend hours with nothing to show for it. But you don't want to be like most people. You want to take control of your time. You don't need the perfect book, the perfect teacher, or the perfect plan to start. What you need is the decision to start. And once you do, you'll be amazed at how much 1 hour a day can change your life. So, what's your next move? As we discussed before, the power of 1 hour a day lies in your hands. You have the choice to use it wisely, to shape your future, and to create a life that reflects your best self. The decision is yours, and once you take ownership of that hour, everything changes. That 1 hour belongs to you and no one else. It's your most valuable asset, and no one can take it away unless you allow them to. Imagine this. If you commit to using that hour every day, you will look back a year from now and be amazed at how far you've come. You will walk differently, talk differently, and most importantly, think differently. You'll experience something few people ever truly feel: genuine confidence. This isn't the kind of confidence that comes from pretending, hoping, or waiting for the perfect circumstances. This is confidence built on your hard work, your consistency, your effort. You will know that you've earned it, and no one, not the economy, not your competitors, and not even your boss, can take that away from you. You've invested in yourself, and that's the best investment you can ever make. Start with the skills that matter: communication, leadership, problem-solving, money management, and building discipline. These are universal skills that work in every field, every business, and every career. By focusing on these essential skills, you will unlock doors, create opportunities, and build the kind of freedom most people only dream about. But here's the thing: you don't need to be perfect. What you need is consistency, showing up for yourself every single day even when you don't feel like it, especially on those days when it feels like the last thing you want to do is put in the effort. That's when it matters most. That's when you prove to yourself that your future is worth more than your comfort. This is the challenge and the beauty of it. No one is going to hold you accountable. There's no boss checking on you, no teacher guiding you. It's all on you. But the rewards, they're worth it. You get freedom, you get respect, you get the pride of knowing that you've built something inside yourself that nobody can ever steal. You've created a life that's yours. The ability to choose your work, your income, and your future. It's all there, waiting for you. But it all starts with that one decision to show up for yourself for just 1 hour a day. The clock is ticking, and every day that passes, you are either moving forward or falling behind. There is no standing still. But with that 1 hour of focused effort each day, you move ahead. Without it, you're left behind. And the hardest part? Most people don't even notice it happening. They don't feel it at first. But after a few months or even a few years, the effects become obvious. It shows up in missed opportunities, in time wasted, in the quiet regret of knowing they didn't take action when they had the chance. You don't have to live with that regret. You can live with pride, with strength, and with the satisfaction of knowing you've built something inside yourself that nobody can ever take away. It all starts so small. Just 1 hour a day. Protect it like it matters, because it does. Guard it. Make it non-negotiable. Treat it like a sacred appointment with your future. Every minute you invest in that hour is a minute that will come back to you 100-fold. Most people think they can drift into success. They believe that by wishing, by hoping, they can somehow create a better life. But drifting leads to disappointment. Wishes don't lead to success, work does. And not just working hard for someone else, but working smart for yourself. 1 hour a day spent improving yourself will do more for you than working 10 hours a day without growing. As you keep getting better, your time becomes more valuable. Your work becomes more respected. Your life becomes richer, not just financially, but with better choices, deeper relationships, and a sense of peace. 1 hour a day isn't a sacrifice. It's the smartest investment you'll ever make. It's not time lost. It's a future gained. So, how will you choose to spend your hour? Today, as we've seen, the power to shape your life lies in the decisions you make today. 1 focused hour a day can change everything. But now, let's dive deeper into the impact of that decision. If you decide to plant the seeds of success today, you'll be amazed at what you'll harvest in time. You have the power to choose today. You get to decide what you plant. And in the future, you will harvest exactly what you've planted. If you plant distractions, you will reap frustration, confusion, and regret. But if you plant discipline, learning, and skill building, you will reap success, confidence, and freedom. So what will you choose today? Will you make today the day you take that 1 hour seriously? Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. If you don't take action today, time will slip through your fingers. The days will pass anyway. The weeks will pass anyway. The months will pass anyway. And one day, you'll either look back and be grateful that you started, or you'll wish you had. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now, today. 1 hour a day, focused, serious, consistent. That's the key, and the beautiful truth is, if you give yourself that hour, you will change your skills, your value, and ultimately, your life. You have the power to change your future right now, with 1 hour of dedicated effort. Imagine how much progress you could make if you commit just 1 hour every day. Now, let's look at success. Real success isn't built in giant leaps. It's built one small, focused hour at a time, repeated daily. Success is not something that happens all at once. It's not a lucky break. It's not a single big move that catapults you to the top. It's much more steady, much more personal. Real success is built in those quiet moments, when nobody is watching. It's built when it's just you and your goals, you and your choices, you and your habits. The truth is, success is built by taking small steps, not giant leaps. It's the sum of all those focused hours you put in day after day. Everybody wants to get there quickly. They want to jump from where they are to where they want to be without doing the daily work. But that's not how it works. It never has, and it never will. If you think success is about one big lucky moment, you're going to be waiting for a long time. If you think you can get everything right on the first try, you'll be disappointed. Success belongs to those who understand the power of steady, focused effort. Today, you take 1 hour and invest it in something that matters. Maybe it's studying a subject you need to master. Maybe it's practicing a skill that makes you more valuable. Maybe you're planning carefully for your next move. Whatever it is, you focus, you build, you improve. And then tomorrow, you do it again. The day after, you do it again. And you'll keep doing it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be consistent. Most people are looking for a shortcut. They want a secret formula, a magic solution that makes everything easy. But the truth is, success doesn't come from secrets. It comes from serious, steady work. The small hour you give today might not seem like it's changing much. You might not see the rewards tomorrow. But if you stay committed, if you make that focused hour a part of who you are, in a year from now, you won't even recognize the life you used to live. Small, focused hours, repeated every day, stack up in ways you can't even imagine when you first start. 1 hour alone might not seem like much. You might wonder, what difference will it make? But it's not just about the hour you spend today. It's about what happens when you add them up. 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week, 30 hours. A month, 365 hours a year. That's 9 full 40-hour work weeks. You're investing in your future without quitting your job, without giving up your other responsibilities. That's the power of steady effort. The problem is, most people don't trust small beginnings. They want the fireworks. They want fast results. But true success is built in the quiet, consistent moments that most people overlook. So will you trust in the process and invest your hour today? The choice is yours. As we've seen, success isn't about big, dramatic leaps. It's about the small, consistent steps you take every single day. And when you choose to commit to that 1 hour a day, you're setting yourself on the path to greatness. Now, let's dive deeper into how these small actions, repeated daily, can truly transform your life. Everyone wants a transformation overnight. They crave that instant success, that moment when everything changes. But here's the truth. Small beginnings are where greatness starts. 1 hour a day may seem small, but it's the seed from which everything great grows. Every strong business you see today began with humble steps. Every expert you admire once struggled through the basics. Every leader you respect once had no idea what they were doing, but they kept showing up day after day. The key to real success is this. If you fall in love with the process, not just the prize, you'll go further than you ever imagined. If you can find joy in the hour you spend learning, growing, and improving, Not just in the rewards, you will become someone who can create success at any time, under any circumstances. You will have built yourself from the inside out, and that's something no one can take away from you. People often ask, what's the secret to getting ahead? The answer is simple. Outlast the people who quit. Outwork the people who wait. Outfocus the people who get distracted. It's all about 1 hour at a time. There's no shortcut to lasting success, but there is a direct path. Daily, focused, deliberate work. Of course, your mind will try to talk you out of it some days. It will tell you that 1 hour doesn't matter. It will tell you that you can skip today, that you'll catch up later. But that's the lie that keeps most people stuck. It's the trick that keeps dreams small and lives average. The real breakthrough comes when you stop negotiating with yourself. When you make the decision, once and for all, that your 1 hour a day is non-negotiable. It's a part of your life now. It's who you are. And here's something crucial. When you put in that focused hour every day, you're not just improving a skill. You're building your self-respect. You're proving to yourself that you can trust your own word, that you have what it takes to stay the course. You're showing that you're the kind of person who honors their own goals, even when it's not easy, even when no one is clapping, even when it feels slow. That kind of strength, once built, no one can take from you. Small daily steps also protect you from the highs and lows of emotional living. You don't need to feel great every day to make progress. You don't need to be motivated every morning. Discipline will carry you when motivation leaves. It's the commitment to give that hour, rain or shine, in good moods or bad moods. It's easy to get trapped in the belief that you need to do something huge to change your life. But the truth is, it's not the big events that shape your future. It's the small decisions, repeated daily, that change the direction you're heading. Change the direction by just 1 degree today, and in a year you'll be in a whole new place. You don't have to change your entire life today. You just have to change 1 hour, make it count, build something with it. Make yourself a little stronger, a little smarter, a little closer to the person you want to become. Real success often feels slow when you're in it. It doesn't always feel exciting. It doesn't always feel impressive. It often feels like quiet work, alone in a room, with no one watching. But one day, the results will show up. One day, the confidence will show up. One day, the freedom will show up. And when it does, you'll know exactly where it came from. It came from the hours you thought no one saw. The hours you could have wasted, but didn't. It's not about grand leaps. It's about faithful steps. It's not about luck. It's about showing up when it's easy and when it's not. It's about building yourself 1 hour at a time until the world can't ignore you anymore. So decide today that you will stop chasing the big leap. Decide today that you will start honoring the small daily work, because that small, focused hour, repeated daily, will build a life you're proud to live. The choice is yours. Will you start today? As we've already explored, the foundation of a successful life is built on purpose, discipline, and strength. 1 hour at a time, 1 step at a time. And with every focused hour you dedicate to growth, you'll find yourself becoming the person you always knew you could be. Now let's dive into another powerful way to shape your future: improving your communication. Imagine a life where your communication is so powerful that it opens doors, strengthens relationships, and transforms your personal and professional world. One of the smartest investments you can make in yourself is to improve the way you communicate. The ability to express your ideas, connect with others, explain complex concepts, persuade, and inspire, these are the skills that shape every part of your life, from personal interactions to your business dealings. Here's something important to understand. Communication is not just about public speaking. It's about every conversation you have, whether it's with your family, your colleagues, clients, or even your children. It's about asking for opportunities, leading a team, or simply being understood in a conversation. Every part of your life rises when your communication improves. Yet most people never stop to truly work on this skill. They believe that communication is something you either have or you don't. They think some people are born great communicators and others are not. But here's the truth. Communication is a skill, and just like any skill, it can be learned, sharpened, and mastered. The key is time. Not a lifetime of effort, just 1 hour a day. One dedicated hour where you're serious about becoming better at speaking, better at listening, better at connecting. If you spend just one focused hour each day working on your communication, studying, practicing, and improving, by the end of the year, you won't even recognize the person you've become. You'll walk into meetings with more confidence. You'll express yourself with more clarity. You'll be able to open doors that were once closed with just a well-crafted conversation. You'll be trusted more, heard more, and respected more. The world opens up to those who know how to speak clearly and purposefully. You don't need to be a professional speaker, and you certainly don't need to be loud or dramatic. What matters is being clear. You must know exactly what you want to say and say it in a way that others can understand and feel. Communication isn't just about the words you use. It's about connection, transferring your thoughts and feelings to another person in a way that makes sense to them. When you commit to improving this skill, something amazing starts to happen. You begin to pay attention in a different way. You start noticing what makes people listen and what makes them tune out. You'll see the patterns. You'll realize that the best communicators aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who speak with purpose, who know when to speak and when to listen. And here's the powerful truth. You can learn all of this 1 hour at a time. 1 hour a day might not seem like much, but think about it this way. If you worked on your communication for 1 hour a day for a year, you would have spent the same amount of time as someone who took a full-time professional course in communication for months without ever leaving your job or your life. Just 1 quiet hour each day, working on yourself. So, how do you work on it? You listen to great communicators. You study their rhythm, their choice of words, their pauses. You practice explaining your thoughts simply, not using fancy words, but using words that reach people. You record yourself speaking and listen back. You notice where you're clear and where you're confusing. You practice telling stories that have a point. You work on asking good questions and listening with full attention to the answers. Real improvement doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you take it seriously enough to study it, to practice it, to see it as a key part of who you are, becoming. And as you improve, you'll begin to see your world transform, 1 hour at a time. Now, with the foundation of communication and the power of consistency in place, let's look at how you can begin to apply this to your daily life. Are you ready to unlock the doors of opportunity? Communication is the bridge that connects us with the world around us, whether in business, personal relationships, or everyday interactions. And when you start dedicating time to improve it, you'll see the profound impact it can have. But there's another foundational skill that underpins every success: discipline. Good communication isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-have. In business, people trust clarity. They trust someone who can explain solutions without confusion. Leaders who make their ideas easy to understand are followed. People who can articulate their value clearly are hired. The same goes for your personal life. Misunderstandings destroy relationships faster than anything else. How many arguments have happened simply because someone didn't say what they meant clearly, or someone didn't listen carefully enough? If you can speak clearly and listen patiently, you'll solve problems before they escalate. You'll build stronger connections. You'll foster real understanding with the people you care about most. The world today is full of noise. Everyone is talking, but very few are actually saying something meaningful. Most conversations are shallow, and most connections are weak. But you can be different. You can be the person who speaks with clarity, listens with patience, and understands with depth. And here's the thing. That kind of person is always in demand. That person will always find ways to create opportunities, build trust, lead, and inspire others. You don't have to change everything all at once. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Start by committing 1 hour a day to this work. Treat it as seriously as you would any important task, not as a hobby. This is your commitment to your future. Dedicate 1 hour a day to reading about communication. Spend 1 hour practicing conversations, 1 hour studying great speeches, and 1 hour learning how to express your point clearly, without rushing, without rambling. Over time, you'll notice a shift. People will start responding to you differently. You'll feel stronger inside. And doors that once seemed closed will begin to open. What's amazing is that the improvements you make in communication pay off for the rest of your life. Unlike some skills that become outdated or obsolete, good communication will always remain invaluable. No matter what technology comes along, no matter how the world changes, people will always need others who can speak clearly, connect deeply, and inspire action. So, today, make the decision to stop leaving your communication to chance. Decide that you will become a student of this skill, even if those around you don't see its importance, because it is. It's one of the most important skills you can build, and it has the power to change every part of your life if you give it the time and effort it deserves. Your future conversations, your future opportunities, and your future confidence all start with the choice you make today. Give 1 hour a day to improving your communication. Stick with it. Be patient. Stay serious. And watch how every aspect of your life, both personal and professional, begins to rise. Now, as you've already seen, communication is essential, but there's one more pillar to lasting success: discipline. Without discipline, nothing else matters. So, let's explore how building this skill can lay the foundation for everything else you want to achieve. Discipline is the force that will bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the muscle you need to strengthen every day and the key to unlocking your potential. Now, let's dive deeper into how you can start building that discipline, one focused hour at a time. Discipline is not just something you think about. It's something you build, 1 hour at a time. When I say dedicate 1 hour a day to building your discipline, I mean setting aside a real, uninterrupted hour every single day to focus on it. Treat it like an appointment. Treat it like the most important meeting you'll have all day. Because, in truth, it is. This hour is your meeting with yourself. It's where you prove that your goals matter more than your excuses. It's easy to be enthusiastic about change when you're feeling good, when everything is fresh and new. But discipline is what will carry you through when that excitement fades. It's what keeps you moving forward when the road gets tough, when the mood shifts, when nobody is cheering for you. Discipline is that quiet, consistent force that propels you forward. And here's an important truth. Discipline is not something you are born with. Nobody wakes up disciplined. It's a skill. It's a choice. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it only grows stronger when you work it every day. 1 hour a day is all it takes to build that muscle. Just 1 hour. And over time, you will become the kind of person who follows through. Not just once, but every time. It counts. You can start small. It doesn't have to be fancy. That 1 hour could be spent setting clear goals and sticking to them. It could be practicing doing what you said you would do, even when it's uncomfortable. You could use that hour to plan your day with purpose and commit to that plan. It could be the hour where you train yourself to stay focused on what truly matters, letting go of distractions that waste your time and energy. It's an hour where you keep the promises you made to yourself. Not just the promises you made to others, but those quiet promises you made when nobody was watching. The promises you made when you told yourself, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. Discipline is about keeping those promises even when the excitement you felt when you made them fades away. 1 hour a day. That's it. Not your whole day, just one focused hour, committed to becoming the person who can rely on themselves. 1 hour where you say, "Today I will build my future." Not just talk about it, but truly act on it. Here's the incredible part. When you do this consistently, you start trusting yourself. Every time you keep a commitment to yourself, your confidence grows. And it's not fake confidence. It's confidence built on solid evidence. Confidence based on the truth you know about yourself, not the image you try to show others. You'll begin to see yourself differently. You'll act differently. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will start to feel possible. Why? Because the strongest foundation for success is not luck, not talent, not connections. It's discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when it's lonely. At first, it will be difficult. You'll face resistance. Your mind will fight you. Your old habits will try to pull you back. But if you stay with it, if you give yourself that hour day after day, something powerful happens. Discipline stops being something you have to force. It starts becoming part of who you are. It becomes second nature to follow through. It becomes normal to keep moving forward. You stop relying on motivation to push you. You stop waiting for the right mood to strike. You simply do the work because that's what disciplined people do. So are you ready to make the decision to build discipline, 1 hour at a time? To take the first step toward becoming the person you know you can be? Your journey starts with just 1 hour a day. And as you keep going, you'll watch your life transform. As we've seen, discipline is the foundation of success. It's the steady force that drives us forward, even when others give up or take the easy road. And when you live by that principle, you'll stand out. You will rise, while most people stay stuck in their comfort zones, waiting for the perfect time that may never come. They'll make excuses, they'll look for shortcuts, but you'll know the truth. Every hour you invest in building your discipline will set the foundation for dreams far bigger than you ever imagined. Discipline is what makes everything else work better. When you have discipline, everything improves. Your health, your money, habits, your relationships, your career, everything. Why? Because you're no longer at the mercy of your moods or circumstances. You're living by principle, by choice, by strength. No one hands you discipline, you earn it. And once you've built it, nobody can take it from you. It becomes part of you. It's what makes you steady when others panic, reliable when others quit, and powerful when everyone else is waiting for a lucky break. Every hour you invest in building your discipline compounds over time. What might seem like a small effort, today will become a massive advantage tomorrow. The ability to control yourself, stay focused, and act with purpose, that's rare today. And what's rare is valuable. When you build discipline, you make yourself valuable not only to your family, workplace, and the marketplace, but most importantly, to yourself. There will be days when you feel like it's all pointless. Days when you wonder if the effort is worth it. You might think that nobody notices, but here's the key. Keep going anyway. Because the person you are becoming is not for show. It's for real. It's for your future. For the life you want to live, not the one you have to settle for. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's built on small, consistent choices made every day. Discipline is the choice you make when you decide you want to control your life, not be controlled by it. So today, make the decision. 1 hour every day. Building discipline, laying brick after brick on the foundation that will carry the weight of every dream you dare to dream. Because without discipline, dreams remain dreams. With discipline, dreams become plans. Plans turn into actions. Actions bring results, and those results build a life you'll be proud to call your own. So give yourself that hour every day. You are worth it. Now, as you continue to build your discipline, it's time to focus on another crucial element for success: understanding and managing money. It's one of the smartest choices you can make, and it starts with dedicating just 1 hour a day to study how money works. Building discipline in one area of your life is transformative, but there's another crucial area that shapes your future: your relationship with money. Understanding how money works and learning to manage it is essential for long-term success and financial freedom. Listen to people who have built something real, not those who are just selling you dreams. Learn how savings work, how investments work, how taxes and debt work. Understand how budgets work. Get comfortable with it. Money isn't something to fear, it's something you should master. Nobody is born knowing how to handle money. It's a skill, just like anything else, and it can be learned. But like all skills, it requires time and focused attention. You can't just hope that your finances will somehow sort themselves out. Hope is not a plan. Study is a plan. Effort is a plan. And the beauty of dedicating just 1 hour a day is that over time, you'll accumulate the kind of knowledge that changes your financial destiny. Many people spend more time planning a weekend trip than they do planning their financial future. They spend more time choosing a new phone than they do understanding how interest rates affect their financial decisions. Money often seems boring or complicated, so they ignore it. But ignoring money doesn't protect you, it costs you, and it costs you dearly. The truth is, once you start studying money, it's not that complicated. You don't need to become an expert overnight. You just need to start paying attention, 1 hour at a time, learning one simple principle at a time. You'll be amazed at how quickly you get smarter about money when you make it a daily part of your life. Start by learning how to keep your money, not just how to spend it. Most people skip this crucial step. They make a little money and immediately look for ways to spend it: a bigger car, a fancier watch, a louder lifestyle. But true wealth isn't about what you spend. It's about what you keep. It's about what you grow. It's about what you protect. Discipline yourself to save first, even if it feels small at first. Even if it seems like it's not making a difference. The habit is what matters. Build the habit of paying yourself first before you pay anyone else. Build the habit of setting aside money for the future, not just for today's pleasures. That habit, built over time, creates a foundation that will serve you for the rest of your life. Dedicate 1 hour a day not only to learn how to save, but also how to invest wisely. Don't rush into investments just because they sound exciting. Understand them. Study them. Ask questions. Money that is invested properly can multiply, but money invested poorly can disappear. Learn to recognize the difference between smart and risky investments. Learn the power of compounding. Understand the value of patience. Study the markets. Study business. Study people who have built wealth and kept it. The goal isn't just to make money. It's to keep it, protect it, grow it, and make it work harder than you do. Money can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without getting tired if you know how to put it to work for you. But it starts with respect. It starts with understanding. It starts with dedicating 1 hour a day to treating money like it matters. You don't have to become obsessed with money. You don't have to spend your entire life chasing dollars. But you do need to become wise. Wise enough to avoid every shiny distraction that comes your way. Wise enough to build a financial life that gives you peace, not panic. Wise enough to live below your means for a while so that later you can live on your own terms. There's a quiet dignity in financial independence. It's the peace of knowing you're not trapped by debt, not living paycheck to paycheck, hoping nothing bad happens. Financial independence gives you freedom, control, and security. And it all begins with dedicating just 1 hour a day to learning how money works and how to make it work for you. The next step is about making that money work for you, investing, creating wealth, and building the future you've been dreaming of. Let's dive into how you can start applying these principles to your financial journey. Understanding and controlling money is essential to your financial freedom. But financial independence isn't just about learning how to manage your money. It's also about building strength in every area of your life. And that includes your health and energy. After all, Without energy, no amount of wealth will matter. Imagine standing tall, knowing you have reserves, options, and the breathing room to face any challenge. That kind of strength doesn't come from wishing. It comes from learning, from studying, from doing the work others won't do. And the key to starting? 1 hour a day. Set it on your schedule. Treat it like a meeting you can't miss. This is a meeting with your future. This is you saying, I take my life seriously enough to understand how money works. Every hour you invest in learning about money will pay you back for the rest of your life. It will make you smarter when it comes to making decisions, harder to fool, and more confident. Most importantly, it will make you more free. And here's the kicker. The earlier you start, the bigger the rewards. But even if you're just starting today, it's never too late. Wherever you are right now, begin today. If you don't control your money, it will control you. If you don't tell it where to go, it will find a way to leave you. The sad truth is that the less you know about money, the easier it is to lose it. Protect yourself. Build yourself. 1 hour a day, 365 hours in a year. That time can either pass by and leave you standing in the same financial position, wondering why nothing changed. Or you can invest that hour and be standing stronger, smarter, and freer because you decided to take control of your financial future. Success doesn't start with making a fortune. It starts with making a decision. The decision to learn, to grow, and to take responsibility for your future. 1 hour a day, one choice at a time. That's how you change your financial life forever. Now let's shift gears. As much as financial, success is crucial. There's another foundational element that you cannot ignore: your health and energy. If you want a good, strong, and full life, your health must be a priority. No matter how many dreams you have or how much ambition you carry, without energy, you won't have the strength to pursue them. The truth is, you don't need to spend your whole life in the gym or become an athlete. But you do need to give 1 hour a day to your health and energy. Just 1 hour consistently, like clockwork, because it matters. Your body is the engine that drives your dreams. It's what carries your mind to work, what fuels your ambition, and if that engine breaks down, nothing else will matter. It doesn't matter how brilliant you are, how great your ideas are. If you're tired, slow, and lacking energy, you won't have the drive to follow through. You'll miss opportunities, not because you're not good enough, but because you didn't have the energy to show up at your best. Spending 1 hour a day focused on your health will change everything. You'll move better. You'll think more clearly. You'll sleep better. You'll handle stress better. You'll feel stronger. And that strength will change how you show up in the world. It changes the way you walk into a room. It changes how you speak. It changes how people respond to you. When your energy is high, you lift those around you. You inspire without even trying. But it all begins with one simple choice. 1 hour a day where you say, today my health matters. Today my energy matters. Today I invest in myself. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a special trainer, perfect equipment, or know everything about fitness. You just need to start moving. Whether it's a simple walk, a basic workout, stretching, or learning how to care for the body you've been given, it all starts with 1 hour. Now that you've learned the power of taking care of your health and energy, let's move on to the next step. How these elements of your life work together to create the future you've always wanted. Are you ready to take it further? But there's one more critical area that often gets overlooked: your health and energy. Without it, everything else becomes harder. Let's dive into how investing just 1 hour a day in your health can transform your life. 1 hour a day of real effort. Effort that you can feel in your muscles. Effort you can feel in your breath. Not half-hearted, distracted effort, but serious, focused effort. You're honoring your body like the priceless asset that it is. The truth is, your future success depends on your daily energy. If you have the energy, you can create, you can build, you can endure. If you don't, Even the smallest tasks will feel like mountains. It's not about age or genetics. It's about the decisions you make every day, decisions you have control over. And that's the good news. You are in control. You have the power to take charge of your health right now while you still can. Don't wait for a health crisis to force you into action. Don't wait for the doctor to deliver bad news. Don't wait until you've lost too much to get serious. 1 hour a day of care. 1 hour a day of strength building. 1 hour a day of investing in your energy. It's the kind of investment that protects you from years of struggle down the line. But here's something even more important. Your health isn't just about you. It's about the people who love you, the people who depend on you, your family, your friends, your team. They need you strong. They need you present. They need you alive and thriving, not worn out and struggling. Taking care of your body isn't selfish. It's one of the most generous things you can do for those around you. 1 hour a day. Not all day, just 1 hour. But it's an hour you take seriously. An hour where you put in real work. An hour where you push a little harder. An hour where you choose strength over comfort. Because every time you choose strength, you're building a reserve that you'll be grateful for when life inevitably tests you. And life will test you. There will be long days, tough projects, big opportunities, and stressful situations. And the difference between those who collapse under pressure and those who rise to the occasion often comes down to physical energy. Those who have taken the time each day to build their strength can carry more, endure more, create more, and live more. Don't leave your health to chance. Don't assume it will take care of itself. It won't. Health declines if ignored. Energy fades if it's not maintained. Life doesn't slow down to match your weaknesses. You have to rise to meet life's demands with strength. And it's not just about the body. 1 hour a day working on your health sharpens your mind as well. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your emotions become steadier. Your patience grows. Your resilience grows. You become better not just physically, but mentally. Health is whole. You can't separate the body, mind, and spirit. They are connected. Strength in one area feeds strength in every area. The great thing is, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have a flawless routine. You don't need to lift the heaviest weights or run the fastest miles. You just need to be consistent. Show up for yourself 1 hour every day. Build the habit of saying, "My health matters." Build the habit of saying, "Today, I will honor my energy." Build the habit of showing up even when you're tired, even when you're busy, even when it would be easier to skip. Because success belongs to those who are willing to do what's necessary. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. Building your health is one of those necessary things. It's the behind-the-scenes work that doesn't always get attention, but it creates the results everyone notices later. People will wonder how you have so much energy, how you stay so focused, and how you keep going when others slow down. Now that we've explored the power of health and energy, let's look at how you can build on this foundation of strength and energy by cultivating a mindset for success. Building your health and energy is the foundation for success in all areas of life. Now let's focus on another critical aspect of personal growth: your habits. The truth is, habits shape the direction of your life more than anything else. They either build you up or tear you down, and it's time to take a closer look at the ones you're forming every day. People will see the results, the success, the strength, the vitality, but they won't see the hours you spent working when it was just you and your decision. 1 hour a day, every day, building a life worth living. And the beauty of focusing on your health is that it gives back. Every effort you put in, every drop of sweat, every healthy meal, every workout, it all comes back to you. It returns in the form of strength, vitality, and days added to your life. It returns in the ability to chase your dreams because your body is strong enough to carry you there. So, if you're serious about success, you must be serious about your health. If you're serious about living well, you must focus on building energy that lasts. Start today. Start small. Start wherever you are. But the most important thing is that you start and don't stop. 1 hour a day, that's the price. But the reward? It's a life of strength, freedom, and real living. And that reward is worth every single minute. Now let's talk about another crucial element of personal success: cleaning up your habits. If you want your life to change, one of the most important things you can do is take control of your habits. It's not always the big mistakes that break a person. Most of the time, it's the small habits, repeated daily, that either build you up or tear you down. Here's the good news. You don't have to tackle everything at once. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. Start by dedicating 1 hour each day to cleaning up your habits. 1 hour every day where you take a serious look at what you're doing and ask yourself, is this helping me or hurting me? Because whether we realize it or not, our habits run our lives. Think about it. The way you spend your mornings, the way you eat, how you talk, how you react under pressure, how you treat people, how you manage money, how you spend your free time, these are all habits. And every habit you keep is either pulling you closer to the life you want or pushing you further away from it. Most people live their lives by accident. They don't plan their habits, they just pick them up along the way without thinking. Then, after a few years, they wonder why their life feels stuck, why nothing seems to change. It's not because they don't care. It's because they never stopped to notice that their habits were leading them somewhere, and not always in a good direction. If you give yourself just 1 honest hour a day to work on your habits, you can change everything. Start by being honest with yourself. No sugarcoating, no pretending. Look at the way you live, at the things you do automatically. Are these habits helping you grow, or are they keeping you small? Are they building your character, or breaking it down? This hour a day is not for beating yourself up or feeling guilty. It's for seeing things clearly. It's for asking yourself, if I keep living like this, where will I end up? And then asking, what small change can I make today to move in a better direction? Cleaning up your habits isn't about grand gestures. It's about daily decisions, choosing little improvements until they become your new normal. Maybe today you decide to start your day with focus instead of chaos. Maybe you decide to drink water instead of soda. Maybe you decide to listen more and talk less. Small things, but over time, they create a life you can be proud of. 1 hour a day working on your habits is incredibly powerful. It puts you back in control. Most people feel out of control because their habits run them, not the other way around. But when you dedicate 1 hour a day to cleaning up your habits, you begin to steer your life instead of drifting. You begin choosing your path instead of reacting to whatever comes your way. So what's one habit you can start working on today? What small change will you make that will have a huge impact over time? Your future self will thank you for the decision you make today. Habits shape the course of our lives, whether we realize it or not. The small actions you take each day are like seeds that you plant, and over time they grow into the results you see. Now, let's dive into how these daily decisions, whether big or small, can either move you closer to the life you want or push you further away. Habits are like seeds. You plant them with your choices, and you harvest them with your results. A small careless habit today, skipping exercise, ignoring your budget, speaking without thinking, might seem insignificant. But give it a few months, maybe years, and it will grow into a problem you can't ignore. On the other hand, a small wise habit today, saving a little money, being kind when it's difficult, or finishing what you start, might not seem impressive. But give it time and it will grow into a future that rewards you. One of the best things about habits is that once you've built a good one, it starts to carry you. What once felt hard and forced becomes automatic. What once seemed like work becomes a natural part of who you are. That's why the first step is the hardest. Building a new habit isn't easy, but the beauty lies in the fact that you're planting the seeds for your future success. You don't uproot all the bad habits at once. You don't plant all the good habits in a single day. You work daily. You clean daily. You improve a little each time. Some habits will be more difficult to change than others, and that's completely normal. Some habits have deep roots. They may have been with you for years, learned from family, friends, or even tough experiences. But just because a habit is familiar doesn't mean it's good for you. And just because something feels comfortable doesn't mean it's the right thing for your future. During that 1 hour a day, face the habits that scare you. Face the ones you've been avoiding, the ones you know are holding you back. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also freeing. When you face your habits, you can begin to fix them. And what you fix today will become the freedom you experience tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be better than yesterday, and then better the next day. 1 hour at a time, one habit at a time. Some days you'll feel like you're making big changes. Some days progress will seem slow. But stay with it, because slow progress is still progress. And the small cleanups you do every day will create a life that feels clear, clean, and powerful. People often admire the success of others, but they don't see the daily cleaning that happens behind the scenes. The discipline, the focus, the decisions made one after another to build better, stronger habits. That's what you're building when you dedicate an hour to yourself. You're not just fixing what's wrong, you're building what's right. You're creating patterns that will protect you when life gets hard. You're developing automatic behaviors that keep you strong when challenges arise. You're building a structure inside yourself that can carry big dreams without collapsing under pressure. Success, health, happiness, they're not built on hope. They're built on habits. They're built on the small, everyday decisions you make when no one is watching. The best part is, you have the power to decide which habits you plant and which ones you pull out. You get to choose today. Give yourself that hour. Not because you have to, but because your life is worth it. Your dreams are worth it. Your future is worth it. 1 hour a day spent cleaning up your habits might seem small today, but 1 year from now, 5 years from now, you'll look back and realize that it wasn't small at all. It was the foundation of the life you've always wanted. And now that you've started cleaning up your habits, let's explore how you can continue to build on this foundation by developing an unstoppable mindset. Ready to dive deeper into shaping the life you deserve? Every strong life you admire was once built the same way. Quietly, daily, through small choices that no one saw but everyone eventually felt. Now let's look at how you can start making real progress toward your dreams, 1 hour at a time. So today, pick one habit you know needs changing. Focus on it. During your hour, replace it with something better. Tomorrow, build on that, and the next day, build a little more. Keep building, because every life you admire was built the same way. Quiet, daily choices that no one noticed, but that, over time, shaped the person they've become. 1 hour, one better habit at a time. That's the real way to change your life. Now, let's move on to the next crucial step. Spend 1 hour every day doing something that brings you closer to your dreams. If you truly want your dreams to come true, you need to do more than just hope. You have to do more than talk about them. You need to act every single day. It doesn't have to take all day. It doesn't need to overwhelm you. It doesn't have to be perfect. But it must be real. It must be serious. It must be daily. 1 hour a day. 1 hour spent doing something that moves you closer to your dreams. Dreams don't come alive just because you wish for them. They don't come alive just because you want them. They come alive because you build them piece by piece, day by day. And every day that you give 1 real hour to your dream, you're breathing life into it. You're giving it roots. You're giving it a chance. Most people let their dreams stay in their heads. They think about them. They daydream about them. They imagine a better life. But when the day ends, nothing has been built. Nothing has moved forward. Nothing is real. And time keeps moving. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into years. And the dream stays a dream, untouchable, unreachable, slipping further and further away. But you don't have to live like that. You can decide that you're not going to be someone who only dreams. You can decide to be someone who builds, someone who, every single day, puts real effort into bringing their vision to life. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to be real. 1 hour of real work. Maybe today you write the first page of that book you've been thinking about. Maybe you start planning your business. Maybe you practice the skill you need to move to the next level. Maybe you reach out to someone who can help. Maybe you work on your craft quietly, carefully, even when no one is watching. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something that moves you closer, not keeps you standing still. 1 action, 1 hour, every single day. And here's what happens when you do that. Momentum starts to build. You start feeling different. You start thinking differently. You start carrying yourself differently. Because you're no longer just wishing, you're working. You're no longer just hoping, you're building. And that changes everything inside you. 1 hour a day of serious action creates more real progress than a month of good intentions. 1 hour of real effort moves you further than 100 hours of talking about what you're going to do someday. Most people waste more than an hour a day on things that mean nothing. 1 hour disappears into distractions, entertainment, and excuses. And those hours add up. They steal the life you could have had. But 1 hour spent wisely, invested with intention, that hour compounds, multiplies. It creates skills, builds relationships, sharpens ideas, strengthens confidence. And over time, that steady hour each day turns into something most people only dream about, a real, better life. The truth is, you don't need to work 20 hours a day to change your life. The key to success is not in wishing or planning endlessly, but in taking focused action. And today, let's explore how to make the most of every hour by working smarter, not longer. You just have to work the right hour, the focused hour. The hour where you stop talking, stop wishing, stop endlessly planning, and start building something real. Ask yourself every day, what's one thing I can do today that moves me closer to my dream? Not what looks good, not what feels comfortable, but what truly moves you. Then go do that for 1 hour. And when that hour is done, you can move on with the rest of your day, knowing you honored your future, knowing that you didn't just survive the day, you used it. Some days will be easy. You'll feel motivated, you'll feel clear, and everything will seem to flow. But other days will be tough. You'll be tired. You'll doubt yourself. You might even wonder if it's worth it. That's normal. That's part of the process. The people who make it, the ones who build the life they want, are the ones who show up anyway. They keep their appointment with their future even when it's hard. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need to make huge changes all at once. But the truth is, real change happens slowly. 1 serious hour at a time. 1 decision at a time. 1 day at a time. And then one day, you'll look up and realize that the dream you used to only think about is now your real life. It's your daily experience. It's the reward for every small hour you invested when no one else was watching. There's dignity in work. There's dignity in deciding that your dreams are worth the effort. There's power in showing yourself that you mean what you say. Every time you give an hour to your dream, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Every time you skip that hour, you're casting a vote to stay the same. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything yet. You just need to stay in the game, stay in the process, stay in the work. Dreams aren't built on perfect plans. They're built on daily actions. They're built by people who are willing to give a little bit of themselves every day to the life they want. If you want to see what your life will look like a year from now, look at what you're doing each day. Look at how you're spending your hours. Look at whether you're building or drifting. Are you growing or coasting? 1 hour a day, serious, focused, and non-negotiable, makes all the difference. Today is a new chance. A new hour is waiting for you. Use it. Honor it. Build with it. It's not about having time, it's about making time. and what you make today will meet you in the future. Your dream is waiting. Your future self is waiting, and every step you take now, even if it's small, brings you closer. 1 hour, one action, one dream moving from idea to reality. That's the path, and you have the power to walk it. Start today. Now that we've established the power of focused action, let's dive into the next crucial step: working smarter, not harder. Let's explore how you can maximize every hour to accelerate your progress and truly move forward. Ready? As we've discussed, working smart and staying focused on what truly matters is the key to achieving success. Now, let's take a deeper look at how you can make the most of every hour to create real progress in your life, without getting caught in the trap of being busy for the sake of it. You don't get paid for the number of hours you put in. You get paid for the value you bring, and value doesn't come from being busy. Value comes from being effective, and effectiveness comes from focusing on what matters most. 1 powerful hour every day, focused on real progress, will do more for you than 10 hours of being busy with no direction. The truth is, it's easy to stay busy. It's easy to fill your day with small tasks, with things that seem important but don't actually move you closer to your goals. It's easy to confuse movement with achievement, but moving around in circles doesn't get you anywhere. You can work longer and harder than everyone else and still end up stuck if you're not working smart. Working smart means asking better questions. It means asking yourself, what's the real work that moves me forward? Not the urgent work. Not the noisy work. Not the easy work. The real work. The work that builds your skills, strengthens your business, and builds your future. And here's the key. That kind of work demands your best focus, your best thinking, and your best creativity. That's why you need to give it 1 strong hour a day, every day. Not a rushed hour, not a distracted hour. A real hour where you are fully present, fully committed to making progress. 1 hour a day might not seem like much, but it adds up. In 1 year, that's 365 powerful hours of focused, high-quality work. Imagine what you could build, what you could create, how much stronger you could be with 365 hours of serious, directed effort behind you. That's how businesses grow. That's how careers advance. That's how personal breakthroughs happen. Not in a random moment, not over a weekend, but in daily focused effort. You don't have to give up everything else in your life to succeed. You don't have to work yourself into exhaustion. You just have to work smart. You just have to work focused. You just have to give the right kind of effort to the right kind of activities. 1 serious hour a day, consistently, seriously, intentionally, can change everything for you. Working smart also means protecting your energy. If you waste all your energy on things that don't matter, you won't have enough left for the work that truly does. If you spend your best hours reacting to emergencies, distractions, and other people's priorities, you won't have the strength to build what's truly yours. That's why it's so important to schedule that 1 powerful hour when you're at your best. Whether it's early in the morning, late at night, or whenever you have the most control over your time and the most clarity in your mind, make it an appointment you keep with yourself, a promise you don't break. When you focus that hour on the right things, learning, practicing, building, creating, solving, you start to see results that feel almost unfair to the people around you, who are still busy being busy. You start to move ahead faster, not because you're working more hours, but because you're working the right hours. It's not about being the first one to clock in and the last one to clock out. It's about what you do when you're there. It's about how you use your mind, your skills, and your attention. Some people spend their entire day solving small problems that don't matter in the long run. Others spend 1 focused hour solving problems that open doors for years to come. Every day, you have a choice. You can be busy, or you can be effective. You can chase every little thing that screams for your attention, or you can build something real that speaks for itself. You can add more noise to your day, or you can add more results to your life. Now that you understand the power of focused, effective work, let's dive into the next key element: How to maintain consistent motivation and energy as you continue building toward your goals. Ready to take your focus to the next level? Working smarter is the key to creating meaningful progress. Now let's explore how you can build the mental clarity necessary to make those smart decisions. The truth is, success isn't just about working hard or working long hours. It's about taking the time to think and reflect. Let's look at how 1 hour a day dedicated to quiet thinking can completely change your life. Working longer without working smarter is a trap. It leads to exhaustion without progress, frustration without fulfillment, and years spent wondering why success always feels just out of reach. Don't fall into that trap. Choose differently, choose wisely, choose to work smart. And it all starts with 1 powerful hour each day. 1 hour where you say, "This is my time to focus on what truly matters. This is my time to move forward, not just stay busy." 1 hour where you build skills that make you more valuable. 1 hour where you make decisions that take your dreams from ideas to reality. 1 hour where you plant seeds that will eventually grow into opportunities, success, and freedom. It's a small price to pay. 1 hour a day, but the reward is far bigger than the effort. Because every day you use that hour wisely, you're separating yourself from the crowd. You're putting yourself on a different track. A track that leads to a life of choice, not chance. A life of design, not drift. A life of progress, not just movement. So today, decide that you're done confusing being busy with being effective. Decide that your time, your energy, and your future are worth more than endless noise and distractions. Decide that you will find 1 hour every day to work smart, to work focused, and to work on the things that matter most. Real success doesn't come from how many hours you put in. It comes from how many hours you truly use. And now that you've decided to focus your time, let's dive into another vital part of the process: protecting time for quiet thinking. This hour of deep thought could be the game changer you've been looking for. Number 10. Protect 1 hour every day for quiet thinking. The answers you need come when you slow down and ask the right questions. One of the biggest mistakes people make in life is that they don't take time to think. Real thinking, deep thinking, quiet thinking. Most people are rushing from one task to another, distracted by notifications, deadlines, and constant chatter. They never stop long enough to ask the important questions, questions that can completely change the direction of their lives. The truth is, if you're not careful, you'll get swept up in the noise. You'll spend your life reacting, not thinking. You'll answer everyone else's questions, but never take the time to ask your own. And then one day you'll wake up realizing you've climbed the ladder of success, only to find that it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's why you need to protect 1 hour every day for quiet thinking. 1 hour where you slow everything down. 1 hour where you step away from the noise. 1 hour where you give yourself the space to ask better questions, questions that can change your life. The world today is louder than ever. Notifications, emails, meetings, distractions everywhere. If you're not careful, you'll get caught in the whirlwind and forget to check in with yourself. But it's in that quiet, protected time that you can finally listen to your own thoughts. Questions like, am I doing what truly matters? Am I living by my values? Or am I living by somebody else's expectations? Am I building a life I'll be proud of? Or am I just trying to get through the day? These are the kinds of questions you don't find answers to by rushing. You find them when you slow down and sit quietly with yourself, when you give your mind the space to breathe and think. 1 hour a day. Not multitasking, not half listening, while scrolling through your phone. 1 quiet, protected hour where you put everything else on hold and focus inward. This is when you give your mind the space to stretch, to search for the answers that have always been there. The truth is, the answers you need are already inside of you. You just haven't given them the space to surface. They've been buried under the noise, the urgency, and the busy work. But when you allow yourself that hour of quiet, your mind will start to clear. and you'll uncover the clarity and direction you need. Now that we've covered the importance of quiet thinking, let's explore the next powerful habit: how to take that clarity and transform it into action. Are you ready to make your thinking work for you? Quiet thinking is an essential part of the process for gaining clarity and reconnecting with your true self. Now, let's dive into how this time for reflection not only helps you process everything you're learning, but also builds the emotional strength needed to truly transform your life. Quiet thinking uncovers what has been buried within. It reconnects you to your own wisdom and reminds you of what truly matters. It's during those quiet hours that your best ideas are born, where clarity begins to flow, decisions become easier, and confusion starts to lift. It's in these precious moments of stillness that you start seeing paths you never noticed before, simply because you were moving too fast to pay attention. Quiet thinking is where growth truly begins. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and listen to all the advice. But until you take the time to sit with yourself, process what you've learned, and reflect on it, none of that knowledge becomes your own. It remains surface-level information, not transformation. 1 hour of quiet thinking every day allows you to digest what you're learning, to connect the dots between what you know and how you apply it. It allows you to turn knowledge into wisdom, and wisdom is what changes lives. This quiet time also teaches you patience. In a world that constantly rewards speed and instant results, patience is a rare and powerful asset. Most people want everything now. They crave quick answers, quick success, and immediate rewards. But the truth is, anything worth building takes time, and it requires the patience to think deeply, plan wisely, and act deliberately. During your quiet hour, ask yourself better questions. Not shallow questions like, how can I get more likes? Or, how can I be famous? Those are distractions. Instead, ask deep, strong questions. How can I become a better person? How can I serve others better? What am I ignoring that truly needs my attention? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? These are the questions that will reshape your life, but only if you are brave enough to answer them honestly. And sometimes, the answers you find won't be easy. They may challenge you, they may push you, and they may show you parts of yourself that you'd rather not confront. But that's where real growth happens, when you embrace honesty and have the courage to face what needs to change. This is exactly why protecting this hour is so vital. It's easy to push it aside. It's easy to tell yourself you're too busy today, that there's always tomorrow. But the truth is, every day you skip is a day you move further away from the life you could have built. 1 quiet hour a day isn't just beneficial, it's necessary. When you don't take time to think, you start living on autopilot. You stop choosing. You start reacting. You become a passenger in your own life instead of the driver. You let other people's agendas fill your calendar. You let their opinions shape your actions. You lose touch with who you are and what you truly want. But when you make time to think deeply every day, you stay in touch with your own voice. You stay grounded, intentional, and purposeful. Quiet thinking allows you to move through life with purpose instead of pressure. It builds your emotional strength. In the quiet, you learn to handle your thoughts. You learn to manage your emotions. You learn to be in control, not at the mercy of external forces. This hour of reflection isn't just about feeling better. It's about getting better. And as you continue to build this habit, you will find yourself becoming a more powerful, self-aware, and resilient person. Now that we've established the importance of quiet reflection, let's move on to the next step. How to take the insights from your quiet time and translate them into actionable goals. Are you ready to make this transformation a reality? Dedicating 1 focused hour each day is key to building the life you want. Now let's dive into how this hour can truly change everything by strengthening your inner stability and creating the foundation for a successful future. You build the kind of inner stability that can't be shaken by every little storm. You become someone who doesn't crumble under stress, but stands firm because you know who you are and where you are going. 1 hour a day to strengthen your mind, to clarify your direction, to settle your spirit. That hour is worth more than any rush of busy work you could cram into your schedule. It's what keeps you sane, focused, and steady. And it doesn't require anything fancy. You don't need a special room or perfect conditions. You just need the willingness to stop, to be quiet, to listen. Maybe you sit with a notebook and jot down your thoughts. Maybe you go for a walk without your phone, allowing your mind to clear. Or maybe you simply sit in a chair, breathe deeply, and let your mind wander. The method doesn't matter as much as the commitment, the discipline to slow down every day, and meet yourself honestly. Protect that hour like it's gold, because it truly is. It's the hour where the real work happens, the work inside you that shapes everything outside of you. 1 quiet hour a day where you think, where you ask questions, where you listen, where you plan, where you dream. It's not time wasted, it's time invested. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Because in the end, your success, your happiness, your peace, they won't come from running faster, they'll come from thinking better. And thinking better only happens when you slow down enough to hear the answers you've been carrying all along. Start today. Find your quiet hour, protect it, honor it, and watch how it changes everything. You don't have to change everything about your life today. You don't have to figure it all out by tonight. But you do have to make a start. You do have to make a choice. 1 hour a day dedicated to the right things can change everything. About the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the rest of your life. Most people won't do it. Most people will hear the idea and let it pass. They'll keep living the same days, hoping for different results. But you don't have to live like that. You can choose differently. You can choose to build little by little, 1 serious hour at a time. Protect that hour. Honor it. Treat it like the hour that holds your future, because it does. Every book you read, every skill you sharpen, every habit you build, every moment you spend strengthening yourself, it all adds up. And one day, not so far from now, you'll look back and be glad you started. You'll see how that one small decision, repeated daily, turned into something you're proud of. A stronger you, a better life, a future you built with your own hands, 1 hour at a time. The time is going to pass anyway. The only question is, what will you have to show for it? Start today, 1 hour every day. Now that we've discussed how to protect that valuable hour of quiet thinking, let's explore how to apply that time effectively and build lasting success, step by step.